Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me in my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you what I colored in August 2021. Plus, if you've entered my lucky draw for the celebration of 1,000 subscribers, then I will be doing the lucky draw at the end of this video, so please don't miss the lucky draw at the end. So let's get started without further ado. So in no particular order, I bought this book. It's new to me and I so enjoyed coloring in it. I did this one, I hope it's in screen, and I used Sharpies and graphite and glitter watercolor. There's the glitter watercolor, and then I made a little frame with some washi tape, as I've seen. I think it's Jamie's Coloring Love does that, and I love the look of it. So there's also some glitter watercolor. And then this one I finished on 13th of August, and I used Sergeant Art gel pens and Crayola crayons, the actual crayons and not color pencils. So I had such fun with that, and I really enjoyed coloring in this. And there's a sort of a sea scene Van Gogh washi tape around it. Next, in this book, which I think I might have shown you before, I did the first one in Sharpies and graphite, and this one I did in Crayola markers, which are water-based markers, and they sort of ate the paper up a little bit. Then this one I did in graphite. Don't know if you've ever heard of graphite markers, and I don't think, well, they used to be easily obtainable in South Africa, which is why I have a whole lot, but I tried to get some more colors and they don't seem to be stocked anymore. They give such a nice smooth lay down. These are also, this is also in graphite. And the last one I did in big markets. This one I did in graphite, and that's that. So I did quite a lot in here. I'm hoping to try and finish this book sometime soon. There's still quite a bit to go, but they're my go-to thing when I just want to do something easy. It's Simple Kaleidoscopes by Lygia Ortega or Ortega, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Then this is, I bought a PDF book from, it's a Jade Summer book called Country Summer by Jade Summer, and I did this in big markets, and then I used, can you see the nice shine on the water? I hope it's showing. You see? Yes. You see if I get the light down better. There. Should show it better. I used, it's a Marabou alcohol ink. It comes in a little container, and I poured it out into another container and added some alcohol to it, not brandy or vodka, but actually like we call it surgical spirits in South Africa. I think you call it rubbing alcohol in the United States. Added that to thin it out, and then used that to try and make the water shine. Then this one from the Ink House by Rory Dobner, I did a buddy color, which I had such fun, and I did this also for the hashtag Color My Stash, because it's the first one that I've colored in this book, and the buddy color was by Color Jojo, who's another color tuber that I've got to know recently. I think I threw everything I have at this, so I can't really tell you what in particular, but I really enjoyed doing that, and I'm so pleased I've done something in the book now. Then I just played with some watercolors with my grandson, and thought I'd share that with you. This was just playing with color and then putting salt on. And I actually love how that turned out. Then as a buddy color with somebody in a group that I belong to, I did this. It's from Collage Art Escapes coloring book by Marty Noble. I did this piece. I hope you can see it. And I used pencils with some Maped Color Pep gel crayons as like an underpainting that I used with water, and then some jelly rolls as well. I actually struggled with this. The paper and the pencils I was using were not a happy marriage. So I'm quite happy with how it turned out, but I struggled to do it. Then you've all seen my color along with me that I did in Color in the Rainforest Escape. So that was the other thing that I've done with my shiny birdie. And I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. Not thrilled. Then another one that I did from the Jade Summer Country Summer book was this piece, which again I did with markers. I print the ones I color in markers on a paper I bought specifically for coloring in markers, which is nice because it bleeds through to the back, sure, but it doesn't feather and bleed sideways, and it gives you an opportunity to mix a bit if you want to, but I didn't really do much blending here. Then I have a work in progress from Zemlya Snova. And this was discovered when I was showing you my coloring book stash, and I have no idea what pencils I used, and I hope to finish this by the end of September. I'm so pleased it's half done. It was like a bonus to find. Then next, again with watercolors, I colored in this book, which is called Bloom, a watercolor coloring book by Valerie Chewer, and it's printed on Karlzon watercolor paper, 300 Montval, which is cotton watercolor paper. So the paper is great, and I colored this piece, and I used Ecoline watercolor brush pens, Crayola Colors of the World markers, Staedtler fine liner, and glitter gold watercolor. So let me get that a bit closer for you. There's that piece. Then next, this is by Portia Nemino, and I colored it with Copic markers. And I think you've also seen this when I did the video on coloring the gold frame with Copic markers. This was a free download, and under that video, I'll actually link it here in case you haven't watched it. She gave me a link to share with you where you can download this. I think it's a beautiful image and color as well. Then in Jennifer Stayer's Mandala Bliss book, I did this piece. This was also part of a lesson on using watercolors in coloring books, and I'm quite happy with how that turned out. I used all kinds of different watercolors in that. Then I colored this from a book called My Favorite Coloring Book of Dragons by Veronique D. I used various markers for this and some gold metallic alcohol ink. Then this was part of a gift given to me that I was so excited to receive from the lovely Sandy at Color Creatively. and I just couldn't wait to color something, so I colored this, and I really enjoyed coloring it. I used, oh no, I can't find what I used, but all alcohol markers, probably a lot of big markers and some Blick brush pen markers, but the alcohol ones, and also some Sharpies. So I really enjoyed that. I can't wait to do another one. Then from this book, Do What You Love, Do It Often, I did this first one. A flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. And that is a quote by Zen Shin. And this was done with Sharpies and Jelly Roll. And then, where's the other piece? I did this one, which is pebbles, pastels on the background, and also as a base painting here, and Arteza pencils and a blue Milky Pop pen on top. And I'm going to be coloring possibly this one soon, or I really like this image, Best Friends, so I might do one of those. Then again, in a little book that I hadn't colored in for a while, I used this book for my using watercolors, but before that I colored this using some Arteza brush pens and just had fun doing it. I could do some more accents with pencils, but I haven't. And then this is a work in progress, Whoop, which I've done this with watercolor and Arteza brush pens, watercolor. And I love, listen to this, that kind of crinkly sound when you've used watercolor. It sounds different. Oh, the watercolor, listen. I don't know, it gets something to the sound, which I just love. So I'll be finishing that this month. And I thought I might attempt a background or something, or maybe not. And then my pièce de résistance this month is from Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon, which has been a month in the making, but I'm very proud of. This I did with a watercolor background, and then Prismacolor pencils and some sparkle pops on the crown. Don't know if you can see the shine, and some to give her 3D, some liquid pearls for her earring. So I was kind of delighted with how that turned out. I always used to feel, until I started making friends with more of the people on this color tube thing, that every color piece I did needed to be like this or better. And I think it was that was putting me personally off coloring. I love it when a piece turns out like this, but it's a lot of work. And I mean, it is so satisfying when I get a piece turned out like this, but I also have so enjoyed doing the easier pieces and just coloring for the joy of it. So I'm so delighted to have met people who do color by number and things, so that I can embrace all aspects of this wonderful hobby of ours. So those are my pieces. I'll link some of the books for you if you're interested. And now, ta-da-da-da-da-da, in this lovely bowl made by my friend Dragana Yevtovich. Isn't it pretty? I've written down the name, and I'm going to close my eyes. Got one open. Who is the winner of the lucky draw to say thank you for the 1,000 subscribers? It's Christy G. Oh, that is wonderful. Well, done, Christy G. I'm so pleased you've won the lucky draw, and I will be in touch with you via email to discuss getting your Amazon voucher to you. Thanks to everybody that took part, and better luck next time. Bye-bye now, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.